Alright, good morning. I am Wallaber. This is Pro Gymnast I'm working on. This is my physics-based acrobatics action simulation game. The game is kind of in the final stages of development. And I've been streaming my work on it, trying to sort of explain things as I go, but also, make progress on the game. Yesterday, I made a bunch of fixes to the core swing tutorial in the game. And now, what are we working on today? I'm going to take a look at the swing tutorial one more time and make sure I feel like it's good to move on. Let's go in and look at it. BitGamey, good morning. Thanks for dropping by. Still looking at this core swing tutorial. I think I've kind of got it now much closer. I'm going to take a last look here. As you pass center, you swing your legs. Hold it for a moment and then straighten out again. Try to make it all the way around the bar. Now we have this new recap here. Swing all the way around, hold and release as you pass center. Time is slowed down. And my prompts are looking a little better. Get ready, press. Get ready, press. Alright, and then when I press, the thing animates. And if I hold on too long, it says release. Okay. Got little timing indicators on there. They're working pretty well. To help you build up swing. And once you make it around, okay. I mean, I could probably iterate on the finer details of that forever, but I think that's a pretty solid improvement. Now what I should do real quick is make sure I didn't break this one, which is like the same tutorial but using the left stick. You can use almost any part of your body to generate swing. Oh yeah, look at this. Now try swinging using just your shoulders. Same as before, pull when you pass center, then relax. Do a giant swing around the bar, cool. But I've still got my weird tripwire thing here, so I need to get rid of that. It should be harmless now because it's not connected to anything. Good, the left swing prompt is there properly. Okay. Alright, so other than that, it's working pretty well. Okay, so what we gotta do is actually open up VS Code here. Let's just find a random script to double click to get it open. There we go. Okay, so now we want to open up swing arms.level. And we want to go find the tripwire path. So it starts here. Tripwire path, blah, 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 signals, all the way to here. Get rid of that. Save that. Okay. There was also one thing I was noticing. Well, let's test this first. Although the game really wants you to play it with a gamepad that has analog thumbsticks, you can play it with a keyboard. I do at least offer that. And this tutorial, the keyboard prompts weren't great. Oh, what's the deal there? I get confused. It's because I swung so high. Interesting. Okay. Right, but functionality is working. So let's go like this. Let's go out here, and then let's start navigating the game with the keyboard. And you see here it just says AD. It really should be like when you're going backwards, it should say A. When you're going forwards, it should say D. A, D, right? So let's look at this real quick. Big Gimme is asking, how did you design the Pro Gymnast logo? Oh, I think you asked me before if all the art in the game was mine, and I think I tried to rattle off the exceptions that weren't mine, and I had forgotten about the logo. I worked with a concept artist that I found via Twitter named Valentine. Actually worked at like a design studio, I think in France, and he created some mock-ups for me of what the levels could look like, which I've followed pretty closely. So my beach levels that you see are pretty close to what his mock-up looked like. He had a few more complex details that I wasn't able to include, but he helped me with that sort of general direction, also including the color palette, like this sort of orangish red that's kind of the main color of the game and has become kind of my wallpaper color for now. Came from that. And he made the logo. He made this version with the Gymnast on it, as well as a simplified version for me with just the lettering. So, thanks. Yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out too. It definitely makes the game look more professional. Right, okay, so we're going to go look at tutorial, what is it, 03B? Yeah. Let's look at how the keyboard controls get shown. So, I was actually probably going to be in the UI script, I think. Let's see. Yeah, set state, set prompt. So let's go look at the prompt. Okay. So we have generic set prompt, but this is the one that's like in charge of the wait for it, get ready, release stuff. That's the lower text. And I think this. Yeah, okay, here we go. Set input prompt single. So if we look at where we're calling this from, whenever we prep a swing direction, we come in here. This looks a little gross. Why am I doing this? But think about that. And in here I have target. So I think this is a little data structure I made for myself, right? Yeah, and it has things like forward keyboard action, backward keyboard action, but I'm not passing those into this function. I'm just passing the raw action. Okay, so that's probably the problem. Now, if we go to set input single, where did that go? Oh, set input prompt single. Oh, okay. Did I have? Yeah, I originally had planned, I think, on. Let me look at this. Where's my structure? Here. Yeah, I was gonna support more than one, and that's how I was gonna differentiate, I think, keyboard versus others, but I've gotten rid of that since then. And we now have this. Where do we actually even use this? Do we use this anywhere interesting? No, we save and load it, but we don't use it. Okay. Okay, so what we can do, let's go to this stupidly named function, and we're gonna pass it in actually the whole data structure here. Let's do this. Okay, so it's going to take an input target. And, oh, right, okay. Ooh, this is going to have to be public now. Or maybe not, maybe not. Maybe we'll just pass it. Target.core action. Target.keyboard. Forward keyboard action. Target.backward keyboard action. And then we're also going to pass it swing is forward. And this like little append information. Okay, so what does this thing want now? This thing wants 3 strings. So this is action ID, this is string keyboard forward, string keyboard back BKWD, backward. I don't know how to shorten that. Then we have bool is forward, and then we have the little axis stir thing, which is okay. So now what we do is when we realize we're talking about some keyboard business, we can say get glyph string for specific, and then we can say is forward question mark, and then keyboard forward, otherwise keyboard backward. And then the joystick section can stay the same. Okay. Let's see if that compiles. That took a while. Still thinking. Okay. Alright, it looks like it compiled, so let's run it. Oh, not with the gamepad, with the keyboard. Okay. Go in here. Go in here. Go in here. Let's do just the basic one, swing basics. Here we go. Action missing. Okay. So let's have a look at this. It may be because I'm calling the wrong one here. Probably am. In fact, before I debug, let's just try this. Get glyph for UI. And this one doesn't want a range, just wants the name of the action, correct? Correct. Okay, let's try that. Right. No gamepad. I keep reaching for the gamepad because that's my muscle memory for every time I hit play. Okay. Go in here. Go in here. Go in here. Go to swing basics. Skip the intro. Still missing. Interesting. Okay. All right. Now we do the debugging. So we go here. We need to press this. We go back to this, and when we switch, should hit a breakpoint. Okay. All right. So let's hop in to the input glyph helper. We're looking for legs right. Okay. Right. This is still an area where I'm a little confused. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. I'm still getting used to how to actually turn actions into their mappings. This is because the game supports like remapping your controls and things. Okay, so let's go back to this. Get glyph string for UI specific. And we actually want what do we want? Here we want the action ID, which is the core action. What is axis range again? Oh, rewired, okay. Rewired.axis range full / negative / positive. Now what are we actually passing into this? We're passing in full, but I think that's because I need that for this to work, whereas here we might want to pass in the right one. So let's do this. Let's do is forward question mark. Then we want rewired dot axis range dot positive. Otherwise we want rewired dot axis range dot negative. Okay. Let's see if that works. Okay. Come back here. I'm using this asset called Rewired, which is really cool. It supports tons of controller types and allows you to like abstract you know, the inputs by creating these things called actions and then mapping different controller inputs to those actions, which is cool. It allows me to very easily, for example, in most of the code, not care if you're playing with a keyboard or playing with a gamepad. But and it allows players to remap the controls if they really want to. Oh, now we're just getting nothing. Look at that. Okay, that's interesting. Let's go back into here now. And let's go here. Here. Breakpoint. Are we going to hit that if I just wait a second? Yes. Okay. So here we are looking for the legs horizontal action. And I think I want the negative one, so we must be swinging to the left. We make it into here. Okay, now we have a list of elements that map to that. We've got... Oh, look at this. So the problem is it's under axis contribution, not axis range. Got it. Contribution is perhaps what I want. Let's see, I get confused on this stuff, you know. Okay. So what we're gonna do is, all right, let's go back here. So this function, let's have these be overloaded, so, or they have defaults. Defaults to full and axis contribution. And rewired dot axis contribution. Axis contribute. Oh, where does that come from? Does it come from a lower thing? Am I using that anywhere? Oh, an axis contribution is of type pole. Alright, sure. Got it. Okay, so where was I? Down here somewhere. We want this to be rewired.pole. And this is going to be called contribution. It's going to default to rewire.pole. Positive, I guess. And then what we could do, let's make this look a little nicer. There we go. And then what we're going to say is in the keyboard case, we actually do care about this map dot axis contribution does not equal contribution. Continue. Which means now here we're gonna pass rewired dot axis range dot full, but we're gonna pass in positive or negative pole. Does that look good? Okay. So some of this probably could be better if I had more, if I had made a more thorough set of glyphs for inputs, I think. And so I'm kind of got some workarounds in my code where it's like, oh, if it's a gamepad prompt, I sort of simplify the lookup. Alright, let's see if this works now. So now, in theory, this is going to find... Yeah, look at that. Press J when you're going this way. Press L when you're going this way. That's what we want. Look at that. Controls I wish the players wouldn't even use, but I'm going to spend some time to make them look right. I wish it would have flipped there. Let's look at that. There's a reason because I'm swung too high here. If I stop there and flip back, yeah, okay. Okay. It's not bad though. Okay, so that was the leg one. Let's test the arm one. This one. A D. A. Not like that. A. I'm cheating. Huh. A. D. Cool. Alright, now the real test. Look at this. You can just switch halfway through and it realizes you're using the gamepad, which is kind of cool. Let's play it again. Left stick that way. Left stick that way. Left stick that way. Okay. I just switched to the keyboard. Cool. Alright. We are gonna move on. So, I want to start utilizing my little system I made. So let's go here to the game scene. Okay. And we're going to mark those levels. So if I go here and let's load up, what was it? Tutorial swing legs. So this level we are now saying is green. And then let's load up swing arms. This level is now green. Okay, and what does that do? That does absolutely nothing for the player. But if I go to my top secret level database scene, which is my own little tool here to take a look at the levels in the game, we should see that up here in California 1, I now have the swing legs tutorial marked as green and the swing arms tutorial marked as green, which means I don't need to do any more work on those levels. And drop sled I was happy with, so I marked that one. That one does have chalk, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Okay. Now, generally what I need to do now is, like, every day when I'm working on this game, I need to make sure I come in and I work on finishing a couple levels, so that slowly this whole list is going to turn green as I finish up things. I also have a fairly big task, which is I need to rearrange these levels and put them in the right order including integrating all these new levels I've made up here. Although some of these I need to mark as like do not use, because I'm done with them, or just delete them, I guess. But in the meantime, we saw something yesterday that was concerning, which is the very first, well, currently the first tutorial level. I'm debating if I should change it, but let's look at it. It is, what is it called? It's probably called like tutorial release or something like that. Is it down here in tutorial? Tutorial release, yes, this level. Okay, so this level is supposed to be the first thing. It's just like, look, you can let go of the bar if you press the right bumper. BitGimme, that's a lot of levels. Yeah, it looks like a lot in a list. It doesn't sound like a lot quite yet, like in marketing speak, if you say the game has over levels, because I think it has, I don't know, somewhere around 100 right now, which doesn't sound like a ton, right? Maybe I'm too used to mobile games that have like hundreds and hundreds of levels. So there's a problem with this. Actually, let's look at this real quick. So the idea is that when you hit play here, this is supposed to happen where you just get this these bars are conveniently sliding this mat back and forth. I need a camera here so you can see the text on the screen. And the idea is you just need to drop with the right timing. But we were seeing an issue. I don't know if I can actually reproduce it here in the editor though, because that looks fine, see? Let's hit this, let's say play again, looks fine, let's pause, let's hit retry, it looks okay. But, I believe, if we exit out, and we come in through here, which would be this level, we get this scenario. Yeah, did you see that? Like, the bar was, or the mat was like floating somewhere. Let's go see what's going on. Oh no, it's not going to be that one. It's going to be this one. Yeah, okay, so what we should do is we should turn off maximize on play. Oh, what? No, okay. And then we'll turn on the physics debug view. Okay, let's not show static colliders. Can I fix, where's that update? I don't know. None of these checkboxes seem to do anything. Weird. Does this work? Nope. Alright, whatever. Alright, so we're going to leave it like this. Then we're going to quit out here. How did you build a soft body into the mat? Oh, I can show you that. It's kind of cool. It's not really a soft body though. It's basically just a bunch of rigid bodies with springs. But it's enough to be slightly mat-like. Okay, so what we want to do is come in here and try to see what's happening right out of the gate here. Actually, you can kind of see it here. So see the mat is made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rigid bodies that all just have box colliders. And then they have some joints between them going along the mat, and then they have springs between them vertically. So the mat can essentially like become half as thick if you squish it down. Mostly it's just tuning these joints, which reminds me I really should make my Unity configurable joint video that I've been thinking about making. So why when we come in here fresh do we get a different result than if we just say retry? So look at that, it's nice and well behaved. Retry. That flow shouldn't be too different. Let's go back out though. See if I can catch it a little better this time. Okay, so we're gonna go up here, we're gonna select let it go. Whoops, okay. And then we're gonna get ready with the pause button here. Okay. Okay, so what do we got here? Oh, look. Look at this. Our bars, colliders, are offset slightly, which makes sense why we have a problem here, because it's interfering with the mat there and causing a collision. Okay. Now, if I step forward, look at that. I can add one more frame, and now they're lined up. Curious. Now I assume then this is not happening when I select retry. Yeah, it didn't look like it. Okay, so I wonder if this issue is specific to these movers. Because I think I am kind of like cheating here, and I actually have two movers overlapped with each other. I guess I can just look at that right here. Okay. Yeah, I have two. I have a track mover here, and I have a track mover here. Alright, yeah, they're actually offset from each other because one goes farther than the other. Makes sense. Probably have some Z fighting going on there, but whatever. So, okay, first things first, let's look at this level data. You have a gymnast start position, you have a landing mat, and you have a track mover, right? It's got some nodes. It's starting at 0, meaning it doesn't start like offset on its path or something. I was looking to see if maybe that was the case. And then the second one also does not have a start offset. So why would the collider start slightly offset? How best to even debug this? Let's see. It doesn't happen if I load the level like manually, right? If I go down here and say tutorial release, I get the click? No. Yeah. Okay, so I mean, what would be different about coming in from the other scene? The biggest difference would be that we loaded a whole scene, and so the delta time for that one frame is going to be much bigger than when we just load a level and we're already here in this scene, I assume. Let's see. Exit. Okay. Oh, what weird. Now they don't look offset, but did I just miss the frame where they were? I mean, it's very deterministic, like it happens every time. Okay, so these guys, a track mover, I mean, its overall job, right, is to is to work out where it's placing the object and then set the set the joint offset essentially, which pulls the other body around, right? And there's some, this is logic for moving in different directions and things. And yeah, and then we have this thing called place target at start interp, which happens in reset state and also happens anytime there's a state change. That makes sense. Place target at start interp says work out where we're supposed to be, find that position, and then set the target body to be at that position. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. That's fine. Now, yeah, that really shouldn't have anything to do with like, oh, some time has passed, do something, unless, no, and they're starting farther to the left, which doesn't even make sense. Unless, let's go look at this prefab. So here's the track mover, right? It has a bar right here. It is its own, rigid body with its own opinions about things, including where it is. But this thing is not a prop or anything. It's just a grabbable with a configurable joint with a replay script on it. And that's it. So its position getting set should only be, I wonder if there's like some like weird collision happening for one frame or something. Let's see. Alright, then you have the path. And this thing has a basic prop and a track, and they're both set to the same initialization order. Then there's track mover, which is set later. That kind of makes sense. Basic prop is basically gonna decide if it needs to reset position or anything, but none of this is going to change because this object is fixed. Although this finds all the rigid bodies like RBs is all the rigid bodies under this thing. So this is gonna find actually, is this not a kinematic rigid body? Really? So the bar here's configurable joint is connected to nothing. Interesting. Let's try adding a rigid body that is kinematic to this, and then having the bar actually be connected to that rigid body. Okay. Now though, connected anchor, I might have to make some changes for that to work, because things need to be relative now instead of in world space. But I'm wondering if they're all in the same position. Okay. So that would mean that here This would have to do this. I believe. This is feeling a little scary because I'm probably going to introduce a bug in here. These track movers are one of the earliest things I made. And I've kind of used a different convention since then, where anytime I have like an object you can place that also has an object that comes with it that's connected to it, I make the object you can place into a kinematic rigid body, mostly to keep the space of the joint better, and also makes it updates properly when you move that root object, which if it's set to world space, sometimes it won't recalculate the joint. So that was all just code, so in theory I can just, what do we got here? Oh. Okay. Have another one of those? Or is that it? Oh no, I did make a change to the prefab. Okay. So let's build the asset bundles. Yeah, but the track mover, one of the earliest props I made. Okay, it's building. Didn't do that, like it just operated in world space. Like the bar that's supposed to drag around had a joint that was just attached to nothing, which means it's attached to world space, and then the track would just set the position of where it's attached to every frame to have it pull that bar around. So I just changed it now to use an actual rigid body. Now let's just do some tests here. So let's add in a moving path bar. Okay, here's the world's simplest example. Right? Oh, look at that. Are the normals screwed up on my little cap pieces there? Oh, look at that. Okay, that doesn't look broken. That's a start. Let's go back into edit mode. Let's grab the whole thing, move it somewhere else, move a point, add a point. Okay, put this back on. Okay, so far so good with that. Pausing, zooming, pausing, retrying, retry. Look at that. It's like, okay, that. Let's look at this actually. Okay, so if we're looking at it in the editor here, right, and we hit retry. Okay, are the physics correct right now? It's just that my visual is not. Highly possible. Let's look at it. Level root, track mover. Where's the bar? The bar is, where is the bar? It's where it says it should be, it looks like. Okay. No, not that one. This one. Okay, yeah. So the physics are in the right spot. It's just that my script here, what is it? Basic bar rig, which only updates in late update. Should be updating though, shouldn't it? Why are we not hitting this code right now? During the countdown. Oh. We are. We are hitting this code. But okay, let's double check that. Pause. Retry. And it sits like that. Hang on. Pause. Retry. Yeah, it sits like that for the entire countdown. Okay. So script is enabled. Joint it's aware of is this joint, right? And it's saying I want to place myself essentially at the connected anchor. So it goes and finds the joint ref, it's connected body, transforms the connected anchor. Oh, so this isn't updated. Aha. Aha. Okay. So that's because this guy has some junk up here, right here. It says if we're in the countdown, don't update, but that's not actually what we want. We just don't want to update our timing. We still want to, or let's just do this. What we really want is, let's think about this. Let's see. Let's do this something like this. It's like time factor equals 1.0, but if we're in the countdown, time factor time factor equals 0. Okay, so then we can go down here, and anytime we do junk with time, like here, or let's do it this way. So this times time factor, right? And this would be, oh wait, let's do this a little better. Let's go up here. We're actually going to make a thing just called delta time, right? Which is equal to time.fixed delta time. But here we're going to say, just kidding, dt is 0. And everywhere we use this, we want to be doing delta time, right? Which is here, which is here. There's going to be some down here, right here. There's going to be one right there. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. This one doesn't actually use delta time. Okay, let's just make sure. Okay, there's only one instance of fixed delta time appearing now. Okay. Okay. That was a code only change, so I should be able to just hit play here. Alright, boom, boom, boom. Okay, let's just go back to testing this. So we're gonna bring in a moving bar. We're gonna give it a angle and a few other points. Okay. Okay, we're hanging from it. Pause. Retry. Really? Really? My clever fix was not clever enough? What the heck? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Let's see. Oh. We have this too. So actually we don't want this. We want to do our new fix for this. Here. Here. dt equals 0.0f. Okay. Okay. I'm starting to learn some of these like royalty-free music songs that I've been playing in the background. I gotta spend some time looking for some other playlists as well. Okay. Boom. 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 Play. Look at that. Pause. Retry. Looks better. Okay. Okay, now we have a few other types, I think. Like few different code paths. We have, let's make this bigger. We have path is loop, which can't remember if that's a different path or, ooh. Why didn't we regenerate that? Hang on, if I move this, is it gonna regenerate? No. Cyclical track movers have no backing on final segment. Which I'm already mentally slightly scared of that because my logic to produce those backdrop pieces may not be clever enough to make a closed loop. Let's look at the behavior. I mean, I guess it doesn't look terrible. It's kind of dumb though. Okay, go like that. Retry. Seems to work. Okay, now let's try. Go to the core settings here, turn off loop. Let's try pausing at the ends and starting some random amount in to the movement. So we gotta move the gymnast here. Okay. I'm just gonna pause at the end. Let's pause in the middle of that. Let's resume. Slow down time, unslow down time. Okay, that part's working. Now what about retry? Looks good. Okay. Okay, so let's try some levels that use this, like this one. Okay, retry, works okay. The little wires, like the connecting wires, kind of like shoot back, they don't like fully reset, which is kind of weird, but that's okay. Also, it's kind of weird how they're just poking right through the the backing there. Never really had a great visual solution for those things. Okay, that level works. Let's find another one that's got... Right, I made this one the other day. This one would probably still work. Ooh, easy. Okay. Try this one. Whoops. Ooh. Do you think you'll be ready for August? Yeah, that's a good question. At this point, if I had to guess, I would say, yeah, maybe late August. You know, but I'd rather it be good than on time, I guess. We'll see. Let's test this level. Okay. Oh. Caught it. Oh, this one's not moving. Yeah, it is. It has a pause on it. I could make this level a lot easier now if I use one of the other grab wheels. Yeah, it's hard to know how close I am to being done, you know? I mean, the core game is very stable. I've got a lot of levels. As you can see, I'm still finding bugs, but they're fairly minor. I don't really think I need any more props. I have a few more I could choose to make, but they're not critical to be in the game, especially for like a, you know, initial release where I can. This is the type of game where I could add content to it if people actually buy it. Let's see. Where was one? Kind of looks like I didn't break things too much though, which is good. Oh, catch on. Okay. I need to look at those normals though. They're not correct on the little nodes at each corner of the path. Alright, so I guess now the test is, did this have any impact on whether or not that other bug is fixed? So let's try it. I'm gonna vote no. It did not fix it. But let's find out. Yeah, okay. So we still got something goofy going on here. But that was a nice little detour into a small fix. Now also, where is our, what are they called? My little prefabs for all the parts of the track. Mover section. That's just the center piece. Mover endpoint. Is it this guy? That looks okay. Why doesn't it look like that in the game? Alright, I gotta start wrapping up for today. Let's have one last look at, you know, the other thing we noticed. Okay. So this, what is this? Oh, look at that. It's the support poking through. Look, my actual little joint thing right there looks okay. Actually, probably like the UVs, the scale of the UVs on this is not great. But the support is poking through. How does that work again? Track. There's probably a function down here where we provide the support points. Or that might not be on this, it might be on... Yeah, no, it's probably actually here. Add supports, here we go. Okay, now we're just doing an offset of 1.0 here, which is kind of maybe the problem. Okay, now we can just make one real quick. Go like this, go like this, go like this, go like this. So what this does is it goes through, finds all the points in the path, right? Like here. Here are the... Okay, the points in the path are actually centered like that, see? And so right now we're just saying, oh yeah, if we need to put a support, we're going to move 1 unit back. So we need that number to be adjustable. So that looks like a property we want to add to track mover. So let's go up here. Do we have any other properties related to supports? We have a thing here that's like min distance 1 point. I got some gross hard-coded numbers in here. Isn't this gross? Alright, let's go up here. So the track mover should have properties for that. It should have public float min distance between supports, and it should have public float support z offset. Okay, so now we can be like, go down here and say min dist is min distance between supports, and this is z offset. Okay, so now we can go in here. We can set this to sensible number. Okay. So let's add one real quick. Doot. Okay, and then now we should be able to go here, go to this top level object, look at our track mover, and say this needs to be more like 1.5, which we won't see that change until I move this thing. There we go. Now they're too far back. Look at that. Okay. It's not 1.5. It's like 1.25. Right? Round numbers. And this mesh is now... Yeah, okay. It's pretty good placement. Alright, we fixed that. So 1.25 was our number, so let's go here to track mover and make sure that's actually set here, right here. And let's do 5. Save. Assets. Build asset bundles. Okay, so we still have not solved the mystery of the rogue frame on that first level. And I still want to try and fix that. I think we cleaned things up a bit by making the track movers have their own kinematic rigid body, operate in local space as opposed to world space. But we still got to work out what's causing that issue. So I guess that's where we'll pick up tomorrow. Yeah, not bad. We'll pick this up tomorrow and start trying to solve that problem, and then I think tomorrow also I'm just gonna, with any remaining time, maybe plow through some levels. Look at levels, make some tweaks to them, and mark them as green, so we can start making headway. I should probably give myself a goal of making a new level each stream too, because I still need more, and I have some new props and things I can make cool levels for. So we'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for dropping by. See you then.